Bottom 5. Sometimes bottom 10 if the survey's being generous. Every trainer ranking, every breed difficulty list I've seen in the last decade, your dachshund is sitting down there at the wrong end of the chart for house training. So before we go anywhere, hear me say this. It's not you. Well, it's probably a little bit you, but mostly it's the dog. Look, this breed was built to crawl into a badger burrow, alone, in the dark, and make its own decisions about what to do when it got there. Nobody was down there giving commands. So what you've got sitting on your couch right now is a tiny, self-employed hunter who genuinely believes it knows better than you. Potty training a dachshund isn't training, it's negotiation. The bladder's small, really small, and on a mini, 8, 9, 11 pounds, full reliable control often doesn't show up till 8, 10, sometimes 12 months. That's late, later than breeds their same size. Then there's the nose. Your dachshund is a hound. Once that nose locks onto something out in the yard, the potty mission is dead, gone. They come back inside, still full, and hit the rug because they never actually finished out there. Weather. Short legs, belly 2 inches off the ground, thin coat if they're smooth-haired. Wet grass genuinely feels awful to them, so they hold it, and then they release it where it's warm. Guess where that is? Oh, and the IVDD thing, the back problem the breed's famous for, you can't just scoop them up and down the stairs 100 times a day. You can't let them launch off the couch when they signal. So the standard rush 'em outside playbook? Complicated. Male dachshund? Marking. Even after neutering, a lot of these guys are lifelong leg lifters, and owners mistake marking for busted potty training all the time. Different problem, different fix. Selective hearing, real thing. When your dog's tracking a scent in the yard, they physically can't hear you. Your recall's not broken, their ears just clocked out. So here's my honest number, 4 to 8 months of consistency. Not the 2 to 4 week fairy tale they sell you for easy breeds. Trainable dog, long runway. "15 minutes. That's your window. Ate a meal, drank water, woke up from a nap, finished a wrestling match with the kids. 15 minutes and that puppy's outside. For a mini, cut it in half. 5 to 10. You've probably heard the standard rule. Months of age plus 1. That's how many hours they can hold it. 3-month-old, 4 hours. Fine. Except not for your dog. Knock an hour off that number for a dachshund. More for a mini. Their bladder to body ratio is just bad. Sorry. So realistically, a 3-month-old mini needs to pee every hour and a half, maybe 2, all day long, plus 1 middle of the night trip until roughly 4 or 5 months old. Yes, you're setting an alarm, I know. Here's the part that catches new owners off guard. The warning window on this breed is stupid short. Between "I might have to go" and a puddle on your hardwood, you've got maybe 30 seconds. A lab gives you a couple minutes of pacing and whining. A dachshund gives you a look, and then it's already happening. They're low, they're fast, and they don't telegraph. Build your schedule around the non-negotiables. Every meal, out. Every drink, out. Every wake up, and this breed naps constantly, so that's a lot of wake-ups, out. Every burst of play, out. Every time somebody comes through the front door and your dog loses their mind, out. Speaking of the door thing, excitement peeing, when your 5-month-old dachshund tinkles all over their own feet because grandma showed up, that's not a training failure. That's puberty. It usually sorts itself out by 6, 8 months. Do me one favor. First 2 weeks, log every accident. Time, what came before, where. 2 weeks of that, and I promise you'll see your specific dog's rhythm. Because within the breed, the range is honestly kinda wild. I'll say it plain. I think pads are a bad idea for this breed.
Not always, but mostly. Here's why. Your dachshund learns by nose, and they generalize surfaces by smell and texture. So you teach them that a soft, absorbent thing indoors is a legal bathroom, and then what happens? The bath mat qualifies, the rug qualifies, your dog's own bed qualifies. That pile of laundry you meant to fold on Tuesday, congratulations, that qualifies too.
And think about it from their eye level. From 6 inches off the floor, a puppy pad and a folded blanket and a doormat all look basically the same. Surface discrimination is just harder for a dog this short than it is for a lab looking down from way up there. Then the scent thing. A pad that already smells like pee becomes a homing beacon. Your dachshund's nose finds anything with that same warm laundry smell in the house, and you see where this goes. Getting off pads and onto grass later, notoriously ugly with this breed, because now you're asking a stubborn scent hound to unlearn a rule they already nailed. They will fight you on it. Now, exceptions, because there are some. High-rise apartment, no elevator down to grass, you're recovering from surgery, your dog's on crate rest for a disc issue and can't be carried up and down constantly, or you live somewhere the winter would legitimately hurt a smooth coat mini. Fair enough, use pads. If you're using them, one spot, not 3 backup spots around the house. 1, on a hard tray with raised edges, not just laid on the floor next to the carpet where the line blurs. Honestly, if you can swing it, one of those real grass patch things, the fresh sod trays you can order, works way better because the scent and the texture actually match where you eventually want the dog to go. Way easier transition. Whatever you use, pads are a bridge, not a destination. Set a deadline. Ideally, you're off them before 5 months. You're not making it up. Weather refusal on this breed is a real thing, and I hear it more from dachshund owners than pretty much any other breed. It's not spite, it's not drama. Look at the dog. 2 inches of belly clearance. Wet grass literally soaks their underside. Smooth coats basically have 0 insulation. Cold, wet, done. They're out. Long hairs? That feathering holds water for hours. They remember, they avoid. Wire hairs handle it a little better, but they'll still give you a look. Fix the environment, not the dog. Covered potty spot. A tarp strung over a corner of the yard, a patio overhang, a cheap gazebo, whatever. If you're in an apartment, one of those artificial turf patches on a sheltered balcony works. A gravel or mulch strip that drains fast is gold. Gear up. Get a waterproof coat that actually covers the belly, not those cute back-only jackets. Those are useless here. And in winter, booties. Salt hurts, cold hurts, and their paws are tiny. One last thing. Do not ever punish a weather refusal. You'll teach your dog to sneak off and go behind the couch instead, and that problem's a lot worse than the one you started with. Every other breed, you size the crate by height, shoulder width maybe. With your dachshund, throw that out. You're sizing by length. The dog needs to stand up, turn around, and stretch all the way out. Flat, long, uncurled, without their spine arching against anything. That's the rule. Practical numbers. A mini usually fits fine in a 24-inch crate. A standard, you're looking at 30 to 36 inches. But listen, the floor length matters way more than the height number they slap on the box. Ignore the height marketing. Measure the floor. Now, the too big problem, and this one trips people up. Your dachshund will absolutely pee at one end of a big crate and go sleep at the other, happily. Whole point of crate training, gone. I think it's the burrow hunter wiring. They tolerate being near their own mess more than most breeds do. So don't give them the real estate. Get a crate with a divider. Sleeping area grows with the puppy, and you're not buying 3 crates. Okay, the IVDD stuff, because we have to. No crates with high step-in thresholds. No stacked kennels that make them jump. A little ramp or soft step at the door, honestly, worth it. Flooring. This one people get wrong all the time. A firm, flat crate pad supports that long spine. Those thick, pillowy beds everyone thinks are cozy, bad for this breed. The back sinks in and stresses. And if you've got a smooth-haired one, skip the bare wire crate. They get cold fast. Covered plastic or throw a fabric cover over the wire. Warmer, quieter, less whining at 3 a.m. Quick sizing. Minis top out around 11 pounds. Standards run 16 to 32. In photos, they look basically the same dog. In reality, 2 to 3 times the body mass, and your bladder scales with the body, more or less. So, working numbers. A healthy adult mini holds it reliably for 4, maybe 5 hours. A standard, 6 to 8. Puppies of both, way less. Don't kid yourself on that. Here's what bugs me. Minis get bought by apartment folks and first-time owners, specifically because they're small and convenient. Same small size means shorter intervals, more trips out, less margin when you miss a cue. Nobody mentions that at the breeder. Standards, being closer to a small terrier in size, tend to get full bladder control a few weeks earlier than minis. Both are late bloomers by breed averages, though. Set your expectations. One thing specific to minis, the puddles are tiny, genuinely tiny. On hardwood, on dark tile, you will miss them. And your dog learns that spot is fine. Get a UV blacklight. I'm serious. With a mini, you cannot rely on your eyes alone. Real talk. For most breeds, I'd push back on indoor toileting. For a dachshund, different conversation. Small body, hates bad weather, and if you're managing IVDD, you've got stairs to think about. Apartment-based indoor potty makes actual sense for this breed. So what is a dog litter box? Low-sided tray filled with dog-specific pellets, artificial turf, or real sod. Not cat litter. They'll eat it. Don't test me on this. Low-sided is not optional. Puppies and IVDD recovering adults cannot step into a tall-walled box without straining that spine. Under 2 inches for a mini, 3 for a standard. If it's higher, you're building a problem. Placement. Same spot every time. Away from food, away from the bed. If you're eventually going to transition to outdoors, put it near the door they'd use to go out. Gives you a bridge later. Scent priming. This is the trick most people skip. Take a used pee pad or a small piece of soiled turf. Drop it in the box on day 1. Their nose tells them this is where it happens. Way faster than showing them. One warning. Dachshunds who master indoor litter often flat out refuse to potty outside in bad weather again. You've trained a preference, so decide up front, is this permanent or is this a stepping stone? If it's a stepping stone, go with real grass sod trays. The scent and texture bridge to outdoor grass is a lot shorter than going from pellets. Let me reframe this whole stubborn thing, because I think it gets your dog labeled unfairly. Your dachshund isn't defying you. This is a working dog, bred to go alone into a badger tunnel and make life or death decisions without a human telling them what to do. That independence? Feature, not a bug. You bought it, it came in the box. But here's the practical consequence for potty training. Your dachshund evaluates your instruction, weighs it against whatever smell is currently more interesting, and often decides in favor of the smell. That's not disrespect. That's the job description. The scent tracking hijack. Every dachshund owner knows this one. You take him out to pee, he catches a squirrel trail. 20 minutes of intense sniffing later, he's forgotten why he's out there. You bring him in, 10 minutes on the rug, full bladder, empty. Fix. Designated potty spot. Every single time.
Short leash, no scent tracking detours until the pee happens. Then the yard becomes a reward. Free roam after, not before. Recall, when your dachshund's nose is down on a trail, their hearing genuinely tunes out, not being cheeky, neurologically checked out. Don't yell. Don't repeat yourself. Close the distance. Calmly. Because if you repeat a command they're ignoring, congratulations, you just taught them commands are optional. Food motivation, way better than praise for this breed. High-value treat within 2 seconds of them finishing outside. 2 seconds. Not when we get inside, not after I take my coat off. 2 seconds.
And please, no harsh corrections. This breed responds to unfairness by getting sneaky. Correct a dachshund for peeing in the hallway, and now they're peeing behind the couch where you can't find it for 3 days. That's not better, that's worse. One more, the prey drive interruption. A bird overhead, a leaf blowing past, and they'll abort mid-pee. Finish the job on your rug an hour later. So second and third trips out are just part of it. Patience, not frustration. Frustration is how you end up with a dog who hides to pee. Your dog is loud. I know, you know, the neighbors know. Dachshunds bark, they bay, they howl, they do that weird operatic thing at 3 p.m. for no reason. And half the time you're standing there going, wait, is that the let me out bark or is that the a leaf moved bark? You genuinely can't tell. Nobody can. That's the whole case for bell training this breed. It takes an ambiguous bark that could mean anything and turns it into a silent, specific request. Nose to bell, ding, out. Now, placement matters way more with a dachshund than people realize. Bells hang at nose height. For a mini, that's about 8 to 10 inches off the floor. Standard, 12 to 14. A strap sized for a Labrador is basically decorative to your dog. Might as well hang it from the ceiling. Get a physical bell strap or a paw button on the floor, not a wall-mounted one they have to jump for. We don't jump, ever. Facts, remember? Training simple. Nose touch the bell, treat. Open door, potty, treat. Repeat till they offer it on their own. Then, week 2, heads up. They figure out the bell also gets them squirrel time. So the rule is, bell means leashed trip to the potty spot. That's it. No fetch, no zoomies. And yeah, most of them still bark first, ring second. That's fine. Let them. Okay, this one's different. This isn't a potty training failure. This is involuntary. Your dog isn't choosing to pee. Their body is doing it without asking them, and honestly, without asking you. That distinction matters a lot, especially with a dachshund, because this breed is thin-skinned in a way people underestimate. Excitement peeing usually happens at the door. Dachshunds bond hard to one person, harder than most breeds. So when you walk in, it's not a greeting, it's a reunion, and a little puddle happens. Submissive peeing looks different. Crouched, tail tucked, eyes sliding away. Usually triggered by looming, loud voices, or scolding. Which, look, I know it's tempting to correct it. Don't. I mean it. You correct a dachshund for this, and you'll make it 10 times worse, and it'll stick. The fix for excitement peeing? Ignore your dog for the first 60 seconds when you come home. I'm serious. No eye contact, no hi buddy. Greet low, boring monotone, only when all 4 paws are settled. Their bladder's tiny, so the puddle looks dramatic. It isn't. Most pups grow out of it by 12 to 18 months if you don't make it a thing. Here's what your dog was built for. Actually built for. Germany, badgers. Dachs, badger. Hund, dog. Bred to crawl into a burrow alone, fight something angry underground, and drag it back out. That's the job description. That's the working history sitting on your couch right now in an 11-pound package. And this matters for potty training in a really specific way, because burrow hunting gave them two instincts that pull in opposite directions. One, strong den instinct. They won't soil where they sleep. Great, that's what crate training rides on. But two, they're totally comfortable going in tight, hidden, dark spaces, which is exactly why they poop behind your couch. That's not defiance. That's a badger dog finding a burrow. Also, badger dogs had to make calls alone underground. No handler down there yelling instructions. So they evolved to think for themselves. Modern owners call this stubborn. It's not stubborn. It's independent. Different thing. A lab wants to please you. Your dachshund wants to know what's in the deal for them. Train accordingly.
They're scent hounds too, by the way, which is why old accident spots pull them back like magnets. Enzymatic cleaner, not optional. We'll come back to that. And squirrel through the window beats any treat in your hand. Every time. Stop thinking hard to potty train. Start thinking working dog whose job wasn't obedience. Everything softens once you frame it that way. Day 1. The minute the puppy walks through your door, usually 8 weeks. Don't wait, don't let them settle in for a week, don't do any of that. Dachshunds build habits fast, and unbuilding them in this breed is a nightmare. I mean it, a nightmare. Standard rule for bladder capacity. Age in months plus 1. That's how many hours they can hold it. Fine. But actually, for a mini dachshund, throw that out the first few weeks. You're looking at every 45 to 90 minutes, sometimes less. Set a timer. Your memory won't save you. The 8 to 16-week window, that's the socialization window everyone talks about, and it's also the golden potty training window. Miss it with an independent breed like this, and you're playing catch-up for months. The classic mistake, waiting a week for the pup to adjust. That week teaches them peeing on your rug is normal, and dachshunds cement routines like concrete. Adopted an adult? A rescue? Yeah, you can absolutely train them. It'll just take 2, maybe 3 times longer, because you're overriding old habits, not writing on blank paper. Heads up, intact adolescent males, around 6 to 9 months, suddenly start marking. Hormones. Not your fault. Don't spiral. And senior dachshunds coming out of a back episode, IVDD, we'll get to it, often need a full retrain, just so you know it's coming. Small dogs mark more than big dogs, and dachshunds mark more than most small dogs. That's not me being mean about your dog. That's a badger umping breed doing badger hunting brain stuff in your living room. First thing, learn to tell marking from an accident. An accident is a full squat and a puddle on the floor. Marking is a splash. Small volume aimed at something vertical. Chair leg, door frame, corner of the couch, that Amazon box you haven't broken down yet. Usually a raised leg. Different problem, different fix. The triggers for your dog specifically. Another dog visits, new furniture shows up, you drop a jacket that's been outside, laundry on the floor, and this one gets people, moving into a house where a previous dog lived. Your dachshund smells that ghost immediately. Neutering. Look, it reduces marking in maybe half to 60% of males. But talk to your vet about timing, because early neutering's been linked to higher IVDD risk in this breed. The back matters more than the marking. Belly bands help during retraining. Management, not a cure. Here's what I found. A marking dachshund almost always has a pattern. Same 3 or 4 spots, same times. Map it. Block access. Reteach those spots as not his. Every unchecked mark makes the next one easier. A's, not leaks. This is the one. If I had to pick the single most Dachshund-specific complaint I get, it's this. Other breeds don't do it at this rate. Yours does. Why? Badgers. I know, I keep coming back to badgers, but it matters.
Badgers relieve themselves in little side tunnels off the main den, dark, enclosed, out of sight. Your dachshund's brain still thinks behind the couch is a side tunnel. Behind the couch is a badger tunnel with a throw pillow on it. The classic spots: behind sofas, under beds, in a closet with the door cracked, behind curtains, inside a pile of laundry, under the dining table.
Always low, always hidden. If you can't see it from standing height, it's a candidate. Second piece, and this one surprises people, dachshunds are private, genuinely. Some of them will not poop outside if you're staring at them.
So they hold it, come inside, and go find a corner. You're the problem. Sorry. Fix. Dramatically less unsupervised freedom. Umbilical training. Tether the dog to you. Baby gates. Close every closet and bedroom door for the first few months. Boring works. And listen, do not punish a hidden poop you found 2 hours later. He doesn't connect it to the act. He connects it to you finding poop, which means next time he hides better. This breed will escalate. Praise outdoor pooping like he just cured something. The reward has to beat the instinct. One in 4 dachshunds gets IVDD, intervertebral disc disease. That's not a scary statistic I'm using for effect. That's the number, and it means you design potty training around the spine, not around what's convenient for you. No jumping off the couch to run to the door, no jumping off the bed. Ramps, or you carry him. Puppies especially, they don't know their limits, and they'll launch off anything. Stairs. Repeated stair trips to reach the yard are one of the biggest contributors to disc episodes. Carry him. Get a sling for the adult dog. Or set up a ground floor potty spot and skip the stairs entirely. Here's a thing people miss: the squat itself. A dachshund straining because you made him hold it 4 extra hours is a dachshund loading his spine wrong. Frequent trips protect the back. This is why the schedule matters. Post-IVDD, crate rest usually means indoor pads, sometimes assisted urination, and a full retraining phase after. And obesity makes all of it worse. Don't free feed to make potty times unpredictable. Measured meals give you a schedule and protect the back. Both, same tool. This is the one nobody talks about, and it's the reason your dog keeps peeing on the same spot you swear you cleaned. Dog urine has uric acid crystals in it. Soap doesn't break those down. Vinegar doesn't break those down either. Your regular counter spray? Nope. You can't smell it anymore. Your dachshund absolutely can. And remember, his nose is inches off the floor. A tall dog might miss a faint trace. Your dog walks with his nostrils in the carpet fibers. He's not missing anything. Please, and I mean this, no ammonia cleaners. Urine contains ammonia, so an ammonia cleaner is basically a sign that says, bathroom this way. You're inviting him back. Enzymatic cleaners. There's a whole category of enzyme-based pet cleaners. That's what you want. And use it generously. Soak it. A light spritz on a saturated pad site does nothing. And it's not just the carpet. Urine wicks down into the pad underneath. Then the smell rises back up for months. Treat the carpet, the pad, the upholstery, all of it. An accident spot you didn't clean right isn't a stain. It's a toilet with your dog's name on it. Your dachshund's belly rides maybe an inch and a half off the ground. Wet grass, instant soak. Rain, soaked. Snow, forget it. This isn't diva behavior, I promise. The dog is genuinely physically miserable. And here's the short leg math nobody warns you about. 3 inches of snow on the ground is chest deep on a mini Doxie. Walking to the potty spot becomes an actual workout. Not a stroll, a workout. Coat matters too. Smooth coats? Basically no protection. They'll refuse first, every time. Long-haireds get matted and cold. Wire-haireds handle it a little better, but still hate the wet. All 3 will look at you like you've betrayed them. Now, the part that scares me, a Doxie that won't potty outside will hold it dangerously long, then find a hidden spot behind the couch and undo months of training in one weekend. Winter is where potty training goes to die for this breed. So, waterproof coat, belly guard, booties. Give the booties 2 weeks. They'll hate them at first. And build a covered potty area. Porch, awning, tarp over one corner of the yard. I don't care how it looks. Indoor backup is fine. Pee pads, grass pads, litter tray. Doxies are one of the few breeds where I actually recommend that long term. Not a failure, just smart. And shovel a path after snow, a little Doxie highway to a cleared patch. They'll use it. Okay, so this section is the catch-all. Everything I've said, plus the stuff I haven't gotten to yet. Because when your Dachshund pees on the rug, it's almost never one reason. It's usually 3 stacked on top of each other. Bladder first. Your mini Doxie's bladder is small, really small. Owners way overestimate hold time and then blame the dog for being stubborn when it's just anatomy, not defiance, anatomy. Then sure, there's actual stubbornness. This breed was bred to work alone underground. They don't potty on command like a Golden does. If the walk feels rushed, your Doxie will hold it out of principle. I've seen it 100 times. Distraction. Prey drive. A leaf moves, a squirrel chirps, the neighbor coughs. Potty trip hijacked. Dog comes back inside with a full bladder and empties it on the carpet 20 minutes later while you're making coffee. Weather. Already covered it. Skipped outdoor trips cascade into indoor accidents. Every time. Hidden spaces. Any cracked door, any gap under furniture becomes a competing option. Doxies love a cave. If it looks like a den, it's a bathroom now. Cleaning. If you didn't get the enzymes deep, their nose finds it and rediscovers it and uses it again. Self-reinforcing. Marking, especially in males. Different problem, different fix. Don't confuse the two or you'll be treating the wrong thing forever. Medical stuff. UTIs are common in small dogs. Back pain makes squatting hurt, so they avoid it. Post-IVDD nerve damage messes with bladder control. Sudden regression? Vet. Not a trainer, vet. Owner errors, I'll be honest with you, too much freedom too early, schedule that changes daily, punishing after the fact, or greeting your puppy so excitedly they piddle from joy. That last one's on you. And life changes. New baby, new house, new dog, you started a new job. Doxies live for routine. Blow up the routine, you blow up the training. None of this means your dog is broken. It means your dog is a Dachshund. Here's the good news. Your Doxie is food obsessed, bred as a scent hound, wired to work for a reward. And honestly, food is the single biggest lever you have against Dachshund stubbornness. Use it. Build a value ladder. Kibble at the bottom. Boring. Every day. Save it for meals. Middle tier is your commercial soft training treats. Top tier, freeze-dried liver, boiled chicken, tiny bit of string cheese. And that top tier only comes out for successful outdoor potties. Nothing else. Keep it sacred. Size matters. Pea-sized, smaller if you can. Doxies have small mouths, tiny stomachs, and a serious weight problem as a breed. If the dog has to actually chew, you've lost the moment. which brings me to the thing I have to keep hammering.
Obesity plus this breed's spine equals IVDD. Every extra ounce loads that long back, so count training treats as calories. Reduce meals accordingly. I mean it. Timing.
2-3 seconds after the last drop. That's your window.
Miss it and your dog thinks she got rewarded for sniffing a bush. Pair it with a marker, yes, or a clicker, whatever, so she learns the behavior even when your hands are empty. Watch for the rusher, the Doxie who cuts the potty short to speed run the treat. Withhold until she's fully done. Fully.
Fade it slow. Once Potty is reliable, and for this breed we're talking months, not weeks, don't kid yourself, shift to random rewards. Otherwise, you've got a sausage-shaped balloon. And rotate flavors. This breed gets bored fast. Same treat every day loses power. IVDD, intervertebral disc disease. If you own a Doxie, you already know the acronym, or you're about to. That long spine is the biggest orthopedic risk of your dog's life, and potty training is where stairs enter the picture. Get a ramp. Any staircase your dog uses to reach the potty spot, ramp it. Even 3 or 4 steps, 6 times a day, adds up. That's cumulative damage. You won't see it. Then one day you will. Apartment, multi-story house, carry the puppy up and down human stairs the whole training phase. Longer if you can manage it. I'm serious. And don't let her launch off the couch after you've taken her out. That post-potty leap is where I see so many injuries. Nobody thinks of it. Now you will. Doggy doors, quick word. Standard flap heights are too high for these legs, and the step-through motion torques the spine. Low threshold models only. Covered non-slip path from door to potty. Wet grass, ice, slick decking, hazardous when you're that low. And keep the potty patch trimmed. Tall grass is a jungle to a Doxie. They won't squat in it, and then you're back at square one, wondering why she held it. Your Dachshund is not going to come tell you they need to go. I want you to accept that right now. They're scent hounds. They're independent. They were bred to make their own calls underground without asking anybody's permission. So waiting for a signal? That's your first mistake. You run the clock, not them. Here's the math. A puppy can generally hold it about their age in months plus 1 hour. 3-month-old, 4 hours in theory. But your Doxie is small, and small dogs pee more often than that rule suggests, so don't get cute with it. Trigger points, non-negotiable. Right after they wake up, 10-15 minutes after eating. After every play session, after every nap, and last thing before bed. That's the minimum. Adults, every 4 to 6 hours, tops. Longer than that, and you're inviting accidents and UTIs. And UTIs in this breed are no joke. Now, the weather thing. Your Dachshund is going to refuse to go out in cold, in rain, in snow. Short coat, belly 2 inches off the ground, they hate it. Counterintuitive advice, schedule more breaks in bad weather, not fewer, because the trips are shorter and half-hearted. Lock the feeding times. Free feeding wrecks potty training in this breed because you've got no idea when the output's coming. And pull the water bowl about 2 hours before bed. Don't dehydrate them, just manage it. Look, the AKC lists Doxies as one of the harder breeds to potty train. That's real. Consistent means months, not weeks. Sleeping in Saturday? You just broke your own system. And keep a written log the first few weeks. Ins, outs, accidents. Patterns show up fast. Every generic potty training guide tells you to watch for sniffing and circling. Useless with a Dachshund. Your dog sniffs the floor as a hobby. It's their whole thing. So you gotta learn the difference between hunting sniff and potty sniff. Hunting sniff is wide, roaming, nose down, tracking. They're working.
Potty sniff is different. It's fixated, one spot, usually near a wall, a corner, or somewhere they've gone before. Tight little rechecks of the same square foot. That's the tell. The Doxie circle is tighter than a bigger dog's. Sometimes it's just a spin in place. Often you'll see a low half crouch right before. Then there's the tail thing. Your Dachshund carries that saber tail up and alert most of the time. About to potty? It changes. Quick flag, a stiff hold, or a sudden drop. Every dog's a little different. Learn yours.
Watch for the disappearing act. This one gets missed constantly. An independent Doxie will just leave the room, go potty in private, because they don't need you for this. If your dog suddenly wanders off alone, red flag, move. Vocal cues, some. A whine, a sharp little bark. But honestly, a lot of Doxies just won't tell you, which is why teaching a bell or a button pays off huge with this breed specifically. The freeze and stare. Dog locks eyes on the door or on you, doesn't move. That's a request. Miss it and you're mopping.
Layer the signals over the schedule. A sniff 20 minutes after breakfast means one thing. A sniff mid-nap means something else. And one warning, Doxie nails will shred a door in a week. Get a bell before that starts. Once you know your dog's tell, move. You've got seconds, not minutes.
Here's the problem with your Dachshund. They're sensitive and stubborn, both at the same time, which is honestly the worst combo you could pick for punishment-based training. You yell when they pee. You didn't teach them not to pee inside. You taught them not to pee in front of you. So now they're going behind the couch, under the bed, in the closet. Congratulations. Rubbing their nose in it does nothing. It just wrecks your relationship with a breed that holds grudges. I mean it. They remember. Sneaky pooping is a well-Doxie pattern once they've been scolded hard, and it's a nightmare to reverse. And a scared Dachshund might just refuse to potty outside at all. Combine that with their weather aversion, and you've got a dog who won't go in and won't go out. Fun. What works? Food. Use the food obsession. Praise loud when they go outside. Doxies actually eat that up from their person. Catch them mid-accident? Calm interrupt. Quick, scoop, outside. No yelling, no dragging. Clean up silent. Don't let them watch you huff and mutter. Look, this breed was built to make independent decisions underground, without a human telling them what to do. What you call stubbornness is genetics. Punishment reads as unfair to them, and when a Doxie decides you're being unfair, they check out. Right about when you're feeling good, 5-6 months, they've got it, you're bragging to your sister, adolescence hits and blows the whole thing up. This is normal. This is the breed. This is not you failing. What's happening biologically? Hormones surge, they're growing fast, bladder awareness gets weird, and that independent hound brain finally comes fully online. Now they test everything. Marking is its own problem, and don't confuse it with potty regression. Intact males start leg lifting around 6 to 9 months. Some females too. Different behavior, different fix. Tighter supervision indoors, and treat it separately. On neutering, I'm not going to tell you when. Talk to your vet. A lot of vets now want to wait till the growth plates close in Doxies because of IVDD and orthopedic stuff. Don't default to early neuter because the internet said so. Girls, first heat cycle usually causes a potty regression and some marking. Expect it, plan for it, don't panic. Here's your response. Go back to basics. Reintroduce the crate. Tighten the schedule. Shrink the roaming zone. Treat your 10-month-old like an 8-week-old for 2 to 4 weeks. Boring, but it works. Don't take it personal. They didn't forget. It's a whole new brain in that little body. Triggers that spike this stuff in Doxie specifically: new person in the house, a move, new furniture, they'll mark it, I promise, a visiting dog. Any of that lands, tighten up preemptively. And listen, full reliability in a Dachshund often doesn't lock in till 10, 12 months, sometimes later, way later than most breed guides admit. Ride it out. Consistency through this phase is what separates a trained Doxie from a lifelong problem.
Puppy pads.
Look, I get it. It's raining, you don't want to go out, the pad's right there. But every time you put one down as a just for tonight thing, your Doxie learns that peeing indoors is sometimes fine. Sometimes. And sometimes to a Dachshund means I get to decide when. Worst possible message for this breed. Kill the pads. Skipping walks because it's wet? You just taught him holding it works. Put a jacket on the dog, put a jacket on yourself, go outside. Every time. Punishing accidents. I covered this back in section 23, but real quick. Dachshunds don't stop peeing when you yell. They just start peeing where you can't see them. Behind the couch, under the bed, sneaky poopers, we call them. Very on brand for the breed. Giving him run of the house too early, your Doxie is small, low, and fast. He's behind the armchair and done before you look up. Tether him, gate him, keep him in your room. Weeks, not days. Regular carpet cleaner doesn't cut it. Enzymatic, that's the word. Your Dachshund's nose is a hound's nose. If he can still smell it, it's still a bathroom to him. You can't. He can, and stop waiting for him to ask. Honestly, a lot of Doxies never learn to signal. That's not failure, that's the breed. Use the schedule. Use a bell if you want. Don't wait for a polite tap. Walks, do potty in the yard first, then walk. Otherwise, the little gremlin holds it to keep the walk going, then hits the rug the second you're home. Skip the crate? I'd argue that's the single biggest mistake with this breed. Denning instinct, small body, perfect fit. You're making it 10 times harder on yourself. Free feeding wrecks the schedule. Food goes in on a clock. Pee comes out on a clock. That's the deal. And please, stop comparing him to your sister's lab. Dachshunds are on every trainer's shortlist for hardest to house train. That's just the truth. One more. Adult Doxie suddenly having accidents? Vet. UTIs, back pain, IVDD stuff. Vet first, trainer second. Always. Dachshunds were bred to work shoulder to shoulder with one hunter, down a hole all day. That bond is in the wiring, which is why Velcro dog, separation anxiety, all of it, way more common in this breed than most people realize. So here's what I want you to notice. If your Doxie is bulletproof when you're home and then loses it the second you leave, that's not a potty training problem. That's panic. Different thing entirely. Watch for the combo. Loud barking, and I mean loud, Doxie scream, chewing near the door, drool on the bed, pacing, and yeah, pee and poop. All of it together. That's your tell. Do not punish these accidents. I'm serious. You make the panic worse. The panic makes more accidents, and now you're in a loop that gets uglier every week. Desensitize the leaving. Pick up your keys, sit back down. Walk to the door, come back. Boring stuff. Seconds first, then minutes. Weeks of it. Crate. Done right, it's a den. And a lot of anxious Doxies actually settle in one. Done wrong, it's a panic box. Introduction matters. Frozen Kong, food puzzle, something ridiculous and high value. And here's the trick. It only comes out when you leave, nowhere else. Second dog? People suggest it. I'd think hard about it. You're doubling the IVDD vet bills, and honestly, sometimes it doesn't even help. If he's hurting himself or won't eat when you're gone, vet.
Meds plus training, no shame in it. For this breed, it's legit. Small dog syndrome isn't a real thing. It's not a diagnosis. It's a label for stuff owners do to small dogs, and Dachshunds catch this label more than almost any breed. Here's the loop. You scoop him up instead of teaching him. You skip the crate 'cause he's too little. He's on the couch, on the bed, in your lap, no rules, and then when potty training falls apart, you blame his attitude. It's not attitude.
It's you. That Napoleon complex thing, overblown. What you've actually got is a smart, stubborn, independent hound whose brain never got a job. Because that's what he is, a hunting dog in a smaller package. Same structure, same rules, same seriousness you'd give a working breed twice his size. And this ties straight to potty training. He's just little, he can't help it. That sentence right there is why so many adult Doxies never fully house train. You lowered the bar and he noticed. Furniture rules, feeding on a schedule, potty spots that don't change. No exceptions 'cause he tilted his head cute. Treat him like a real dog. He'll act like one.
Rain, snow, cold. This is where trained adult Doxies suddenly aren't trained anymore. Weather reverse doesn't cover it. Some of these dogs would rather explode than step on wet grass. And there's a real reason. Your Doxie's chest sits, 3 inches off the ground? Wet grass soaks his entire underside. He hates it, so he refuses.
Simple as that. Coat matters here too. Long-haired and wire-haired hold water forever. Smooth coats freeze faster. Same problem, different flavor. Build around whichever one you've got. Cover something. Corner of the patio, pop-up potty tent, awning over a gravel patch, one of those porch potty things right by the door. Whatever fits your yard. The point is dry ground, dry roof, close to the house. Substrate, huge. Artificial turf, pea gravel, flagstone, anything but soggy lawn. Wet paws alone will make him hold it, and holding it becomes an accident on your rug 2 hours later. Put it close, 10, 15 feet from the door, max. He's not walking across the yard in a downpour. Nobody is, and train him to it before you need it. Sunny day, treats, walk him over, reward him for going there. So when the storm hits, it's already a potty spot in his head, not a weird new place you're shoving him toward while it's pouring. I'm gonna be blunt with you on this one. Your Dachshund is not a lab. They don't bounce back from a correction with a wagging tail and a what's next face. Dachshunds are proud. They're opinionated, and they have memories honestly, like little grudge-holding elephants. You yell at one for peeing on the rug, and 3 weeks later, they're still sneaking behind the couch to do it where you can't see them. You didn't fix the problem. You just taught them to hide it. So let me be clear about what never works. Nose rubbing, physical corrections, yelling, any kind of harsh reaction to the accident itself. All of that, every bit of it, teaches your Dachshund one thing. Peeing in front of you is unsafe, not that the carpet is wrong. That you are the threat. And now you've got a dog who holds it until you leave the room, then lets loose on your bed. Great. What does work? Food. These dogs are food motivated like few other breeds, but they're also snobs about it. Dry kibble mid-training session? They'll literally look at it, look at you, and walk away. Use the good stuff. Freeze-dried liver, tiny chicken bits, something soft and smelly. And timing matters more than you think. You've got about 3 seconds. The treat needs to land while they're still squatting, or right after the last drop. Not when they trot back inside, not when they sit at the door. During the act. That's the window. Stack your rewards, mark it with a yes or a clicker, then treat, then calm praise, then a little play, layer it, because Dachshunds tune out the same flat good boy after about 2 days. One more thing, if your Dachshund is fear peeing, submissive urination, that crouch and dribble thing, scolding caused that, and more scolding makes it worse. Back off entirely. And make sure everyone in the house is on the same page, because Dachshunds will find the weak link. They will figure out who lets them get away with it every single time.
Your dachshund burrows. You know this. You've woken up at 2 a.m. wondering where your dog went, only to find them tunneled so deep under the comforter, they're basically in another zip code. This isn't a cute quirk you can train away. These dogs were literally bred to go underground after badgers. Burrowing is hardwired, and it creates a real potty training problem that nobody talks about. A buried dachshund can't easily get themselves out. If they whine, you can't hear it through 3 layers of blanket. Their body language, the circling, the restlessness, is invisible. By the time they wiggle free, they're already mid-accident. You didn't miss a signal. The signal was buried. So let's talk bladder reality. A mini dachshund puppy? 2, maybe 3 hours overnight. Standard puppy? 3 to 4. And even adults, I'm talking 6 to 9 months old, often still need one middle-of-the-night break. That's normal. Stop comparing your dog to your friend's golden. Here's your schedule. 8 to 12 weeks, set an alarm for around 2 to 3 a.m. 3 to 5 months, push it to 3 or 4 a.m. 6 months and older, most can sleep through, but only if you nail the pre-bed routine. Water bowl comes up 2 hours before bed. Final potty trip right before lights out. No late night treats, no ice cubes, nothing. Crate placement matters. Put it right beside your bed so you can hear the scratching before they burrow into the crate blanket and just give up. And please, use an IVDD safe ramp, not a jump down. Their backs can't take it. If your adult dachshund sleeps in bed with you, swap the heavy comforter for a lighter blanket. They need to be able to actually get out when their bladder says go. A dog trapped under a duvet isn't being lazy. They're stuck. And honestly, set a phone alarm. Don't trust a burrowed dachshund to wake you up. Not until the routine is rock solid. You're the alarm clock here. Accept it. You want to know the single fastest way to make potty training click for a dachshund? Control when food goes in, and you control when everything comes out. It's that simple. And it's that important with this breed specifically, because dachshunds are small. The gastrocolic reflex hits fast. Your puppy eats, and 15 to 30 minutes later, they need to poop, like clockwork, but only if you're feeding on a clock. So here's the rule. 3 meals a day for puppies under 6 months, 2 meals for adults. Never, ever free feed a dachshund. I can't stress this enough. Free feeding, leaving kibble out all day, destroys potty predictability because you have no idea when they ate, which means you have no idea when they'll go. And it drives obesity, which for a dachshund isn't just a vanity thing. Extra weight on that long spine is an IVDD risk. It's a back injury waiting to happen. Give yourself a concrete schedule. Breakfast at 7, potty by 7:30. Lunch at noon, potty by 12:30. Dinner at 5, potty by 5:30. One last trip out at 10 p.m. Write it on the fridge if you have to. And here's something people miss. An overweight dachshund has more pressure on the bladder and worse squat mechanics. Portion control isn't separate from potty training. It is potty training. Water stays down during the day. Don't restrict it. But for puppies, pick the bowl up about 2 hours before bedtime. If your dog has any health conditions, talk to your vet before messing with water access. That's not negotiable. Food consistency matters too. Pick a good quality kibble with decent fiber and stick with it.
Switching brands every couple weeks gives your dachshund soft, unpredictable stools, and now your nice little schedule falls apart. And watch the training treats. This is the hidden variable nobody warns you about. Your dachshund is getting a lot of treats right now during potty training. That's fine, but cut back the kibble portion a little to compensate, and keep the treats simple. Nothing rich, nothing greasy, no dairy. You want the digestive system boring and predictable. One last thing, if your dachshund's getting intermittent soft stool during the training phase, a spoon of plain canned pumpkin in their food can work wonders for firming things up. But the biggest factor, more than brand, more than supplements, feeding at the same time every single day. A dachshund fed at random times will poop at random times, and that's the whole problem you're trying to fix. Your dachshund has a nose that was bred to track badgers through underground tunnels. Think about that for a second. If there's even a trace of old urine on your carpet, a trace you absolutely cannot smell, your dog is reading it like a billboard that says bathroom, and they're going to keep going right there, over and over. Regular cleaners don't fix this. Most household cleaners, especially anything ammonia-based, actually make it worse because ammonia smells like urine to a dog. You're essentially refreshing the sign. And plain soap and water, that gets the surface. It does nothing to the uric acid crystals soaked into the carpet pad. Those crystals are what your dachshund's nose locks onto. What you need is an enzymatic cleaner. These contain live enzymes and bacteria that break down uric acid at the molecular level. It's the only thing that actually eliminates the scent marker to a nose as powerful as your dachshund's. Look for products labeled enzymatic or bioenzymatic, specifically formulated for pet urine. Nature's Miracle, Rocco and Roxy, Scout's Honor, those are solid starting points. Now, Dachshund-specific hotspots. Think about where your dog burrows and hides. Blanket piles, under the couch, dog beds, rug edges, the base of curtains where they mark. These are fabric-heavy spots that need deep saturation, not a quick spritz. Technique matters. Blot up all the liquid first, then saturate the area completely, deeper than the accident went. Let it air dry for a full 24 hours. Don't rinse it, don't blot after applying, just leave it. And whatever you do, don't use a steam cleaner on a urine spot. The heat sets those uric acid crystals permanently into the fibers. You'll never get them out. Grab a UV black light flashlight and go through your house at night. You'll find old accidents you forgot about, but your dachshund didn't forget. They never do. Your dachshund is not slow. She's a dachshund. There's a difference. And if you don't sort that out in your head first, none of the rest of this matters. Bottom 5. That's where this breed lands on almost every potty training difficulty list you'll ever read. Bottom 5. So when you're comparing your progress to your sister-in-law's lab who just got it in 2 weeks, stop. You're not running the same race. The biggest mistake I see? The cute puppy pass. She looks like a little sausage in a sweater, so you let stuff slide you'd never let slide with a shepherd. Small dogs get away with murder, and it wrecks the potty training specifically. Boundaries aren't mean. They're the whole job. Don't punish accidents after the fact. I mean it. All you're teaching her is to pee behind the couch where you won't find it for 3 days. That's it. That's the whole lesson she learned. The rain walk. You know the one. Drag her out, she refuses. You drag her back in, soaked and cold. And 10 minutes later, there's a puddle on the rug. Congratulations, you just taught her outside is punishment. Stairs. Look, I know it's easier to let her follow you up, but every trip up and down those steps is a little deposit in the IVDD account. Carry her. Get a ramp. Her spine will thank you at 9 years old. Marking versus accidents, these are not the same thing, and you cannot fix them the same way. If it's a lifted leg on a vertical surface, that's marking. Belly band, neuter conversation, different plan entirely. And don't declare victory at 4 months. Every dachshund I've worked with hits this false plateau, and every owner thinks they're done. Then adolescence hits around 7-8 months, and the dog untrains. You didn't fail, you just stopped early. Pick pads or pick outside, not both. You're already asking a lot of her. Don't ask her to guess. Before we go any further, is she a girl? Because dachshund females get UTIs a lot, and it is the single most misdiagnosed reason for sudden potty regression in this breed. I've watched owners crate train a dog for weeks who just needed a $5 urinalysis. Here's what to watch for: squatting a bunch with barely anything coming out, cloudy pee,
Blood, even a little, licking down there way more than usual, a weird, strong smell. That's your UTI picture. Behavioral backsliding looks different. Normal-sized puddles in specific spots, the same rug, near the door, accidents that line up with something changing. You moved, someone new is over, schedule got weird. Little dribbles on furniture legs, that's marking, not a bladder problem. The tell that gets me every time: she just went outside, came in, and peed on the floor within a minute. That is a UTI until proven otherwise. The bladder emptied, but the urge didn't go away. She's not being defiant, she's uncomfortable. Also, and this matters for this breed specifically, dachshunds with back issues can have partial bladder control loss from the spine, not the bladder. Long dogs sometimes leak in their sleep. Different problem, different fix. Just go to the vet, get the urinalysis. It's cheap, it's fast, and you rule out the medical layer before you spend another month blaming yourself. Senior dog stuff. If she's 10 plus and suddenly having accidents, that's a workup, not more crate time. Weak sphincters, cognitive decline, it's real. And spayed females can develop hormone-related leaking years later. Also treatable. Also not her fault. Okay, so the number nobody wants to hear: 6 to 12 months. That's the real timeline for a fully reliable dachshund. Some individuals, 12 to 18. Compare that to your friend's golden at 4 months, and you're gonna lose your mind for no reason. Honestly, the owners who make it through are the ones who heard that number on day 1 and made peace with it. The ones who quit, they expected lab speed and hit month 3 thinking something was broken. Let me walk you through what it actually looks like. Weeks 1 to 4, total chaos, multiple accidents a day. She's not even sure what outside means yet. Don't panic. This is the price of admission. Months 2 and 3, patterns start showing up. You'll get down to a couple accidents a week, and you'll start seeing the weather refusal thing. She looks at the wet grass and just, nope. Months 4 to 6, this is the trap. She looks trained. She's not. This is the false plateau I mentioned. Owners back off supervision here, and it comes back to bite them. Months 6 to 10, adolescent regression. If you've got an intact boy, this is where marking wakes up and everything you built gets tested. It's not a step back, it's a new problem layered on the old one. 10 to 14 months. Now it starts locking in for real. Now you can breathe. Quick notes. Minis take a little longer than standards. Smaller bladder, that's it, not a brains thing. Boys have the marking phase. Girls usually finish sooner, but you're watching for UTIs the whole time. And listen, even a trained dachshund is gonna have accidents. Rain, travel, new baby, you rearrange the furniture, someone's visiting. That's not backsliding, that's the breed. Some things, refusing to pee in rain, one lifted leg on the new couch, may just never fully go away. You manage it. That's the deal. The owners who finished this job, they stopped counting clean weeks and started tracking accidents per week. Down is winning. That's it. That's the whole game.